At a hotel in the city of Svilengrad in Bulgaria, all rooms are currently full and crowded. But inside a particular room on the first floor, the last one at the back of the hallway, nothing moves. So nobody can get close to it easily. In spite of this, a young waiter was able to open the door and enter. The first thing he notices and makes an impression on him is the big red sign hanging on the opposite wall. Also then, a little further, somewhere on the E80 halfway between the city and the border station at another hotel, a Bulgarian security team arrived. The team attempts to solve the puzzle of the strange presence of a nuclear scientist in an archaeological excavation. According to the information, the research is carried out by a school of agriculture. But the weather is very bad. Unfortunately, the weather forecasts of the past few days have been verified. In the south of Bulgaria since yesterday in the early morning, there has been an enormous rainfall. Thousands of houses were flooded and authorities declared a state of emergency in the area south of the town of Plovdiv as far as the Greek-Bulgarian border. Torrential rains forced the swelling of rivers, flooded homes, and severely damaged farmland. The affected area includes not only Bulgaria, but also Greece and Turkey. Many communities and farmers were unfortunately left helpless. In Turkey, the governor of Edirne province, which borders the Evros River, is furious and blames Bulgaria for the situation. He publicly declares Bulgaria to deliberately leave dangerous quantities of water across dams on the Arda River, a tributary of the Evros. The plot according to him is through the waters to flood the whole town of Edirne and destroy the arable land in Turkey along the Evros River. Remember that the Evros River is the boundary between neighboring countries. The emergency mechanism has already been activated in the 3 neighboring countries and proceedings have been initiated. However, the situation as created in the Evros region has many particularities in its handling. Gaps in response procedures, lack of communication between institutions, and incomplete or inadequate collaborations between response teams in the 3 countries. At the same time, somewhere along the western boundary of the Greek city of Alexandroupolis in Thrace the developments are stormy. Only 9 kilometers from the local airport inside the Megathraki Palace Hotel, a member of the UN disaster management team had arrived. His participation at a medical conference provided the opportunity for the head of the BIMS disaster management team in the Balkans to discuss the situation with him. In addition, the military aircraft from NATO's CBRN base in Czechoslovakia is ready for takeoff. The working group's personnel deal with nuclear and radiological terrorist attacks. The personnel consists of several dozen trained and trained soldiers of different nationalities. A boarding order was issued promptly and without explanation. The only thing that has been known is that their destination is Thrace where, according to reports, spectacular developments are expected. Meanwhile, a bit far from the city of Svilengrad in wild surroundings, the ruins of Nutsikan exist. Perhaps the best preserved Byzantine stronghold used to deal with raids, was camped by a terrorist group. They arrived not only to put in place their temporary headquarters, but also to protect the stolen radioactive material. At some point, after realizing that it was possible to move forward without being bothered and that nobody was after them, they continued the evil plan. But they were informed that the nuclear counter-terrorism team sending NATO from the Czech Republic was approaching dangerously and therefore they need to act immediately. Moving with a Land Rover and in front of a closed truck, they reached a bridge where they placed a large amount of dynamite and radioactive material. As soon as the installations were completed and their leader was assured that everything was ready, someone took a remote from his left pocket and pressed it. At this moment an enormous explosion shakes the bridge into the air with the radioactive materials on it. The truck drops in the river, or better tell what's left of it. The radioactive materials are carried away by the waters of the river and it is only a matter of time before they enter the Greek territory and contaminate it. But the BIMS, thanks to its advanced protocol with the cooperation of the UN and the military discipline that characterizes the NATO units, succeeded in activating the response authorities in Greece, Turkey, and Bulgaria. As a result, through this cooperation, the situation is gradually coming under control.